Happy Monday, guys. Thanks for clicking on this video. If you're new here to Born and Raised, welcome. We're here to entertain, educate, and inspire. And today we got a little education, a little inspiration, and a little entertainment. We're doing a little bow build at the bow rack. So hats off to Wayne and Kellen for having us come up and run us through the HOYTs. Excited about this bow. I actually was shooting this morning, and it's so good to feel confident shooting a bow and knowing when that pin is where it's at, that shot breaks, that arrow is going exactly where it's supposed to be. So we're inside the countdown. We have less than 2 weeks to go. It's crazy. We're going to be back in the woods filming Land of the Free Five, kind of where it all started. We're going to be starting here on the Oregon coast. We got some awesome tags in Eastern Oregon, and then I'm headed to Idaho with Steve Speck and the EXO guys. Chase some bulls over there, and then we go back to Idaho for more elk in October for rifle. Deer in Idaho, Colorado for deer, Oregon for deer. We've got just a ton of good stuff planned this fall. We figured it out. It was like 100 days in the field. So excited for that. Stay tuned. Land of the Free 5.0 is going to kick off early part of November. And yeah, we got a bunch of giveaways in the hopper. So it's going to be a good one. Real quick, on the Calco website right now, through the opening day, September 1st, you spend $50, you get a free Calco pouch. So perfect little keeper, wind checker, mouth reeds, anything that you want. Clipped right there on your bino harness, easy to access. So, Chase, what are you doing there?
Finishing up the video that you're about to watch.
Oh, gotcha.
There you go.
There you go. So, with that, guys, we're going to hit export on this thing, and we'll see you next Monday.
So this year, we all have different bows. I think I have a turbo. What do you got, Cody? HIGHLINE. Yeah, so we kind of went all around the map. We're going to review them and check them out, and then kind of show you guys what we feel and how we feel about the bow, I guess. Expert opinion, yeah.
I haven't talked to him.
Don't trust my opinion, by the way.
My name's Kellen. I have the Inside Out Precision channel on YouTube. I also work here at the Bow Rack, and Cody and Trent have some brand new HOYTs we're going to be getting set up today. So pretty much, you know, out of the box, start to finish. Going to get all the accessories on there, get them tuned up, sighted in, and should be rolling. So going to get the rest on there, get everything timed, cam timing wise, get the peep height set, shoot through paper, and go from there. So these bows tune up great. We're really familiar with these bows. I'm actually looking forward to tuning Cody's because I haven't been able to play with one of those HIGHLINEs yet. He's the first one to come in with that, so excited to see what that bow will do. But yeah, we'll get the rest out of the box here and get it on there and start getting this thing set up.
So here at the Bow Rack, pretty excited. Wayne and Lisa have been longtime supporters of us, and they are one of our biggest dealers. So you can come down to the Bow Rack, grab a bomb bugle tube. Got our selection of mouth reeds in here too. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty surreal, honestly, because we've looked up to these guys in their shop for a long time. And to be able to have our products here it's pretty humbling. That was actually surprisingly
Is that
smooth.
draw smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll shoot one more, just double check, but.
First initial reaction, that was smooth. I don't have my stabilizer on there, and minimal, like no hand shock. Just kicks up a little bit with that balance, counterbalance with the stabilizer on. It's going to be good, but draw length's good, 31.5. I was hoping to stretch to 32, but 31.5 actually feels perfect. So I chose a HIGHLINE this year, and the big thing, that axle length. With my long draw length, anything shorter, I get some really steep string angle on it. So if you're in that long draw, definitely a bow to look at. You can get it stretched out. I mean, it actually I think goes out to 35 inches, which I don't know a human on this planet that shoots 35, but like I said, with 31.5, you saw that draw length actually fit perfect. String angle was good, came in, it wasn't steep. We'll get that peep adjusted after the first couple shots. We got a knock low tear, so we will get that fixed. And the big thing is left right perfect, so that's good. Good start.
Yeah, generally it seems like it takes less movement in the rear of the arrow to correct like a high-low tear than in the rest. With that little amount, you could probably do it with that, but I wouldn't want to get it a whole lot lower in that window just for
Clearance on that
stuff.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
We're right through the center of the burger hole right now, but this one should be money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want it to
snap on.
Just about like that. So it's not pinching the string, which is good. Hoyt's now pretty much every binary cam system, which this HBX Pro Cam is a binary cam system. It's going to have some sort of shim so that you can see these little gray spacers. They're actually different. One is thicker and one is thinner. And then they actually have two other sizes as well. Some black ones where the thicker one is thicker and the thinner one is thinner. And then they just started making some that are, you can hardly even see the thin one. It's so small. But they all come standard with the gray ones in it. And then basically, if you follow the tear with the cam, so if it's ripping tail right, you actually will push one or both of the cams to the right, and that'll leverage the string back to the left on the shot. So rather than moving your rest all over, inside, outside of center shot, you can just push that cam, which changes the load on the limb, and that brings the tail of the arrow in. So pretty slick. Matthews has a similar deal with like the top hat system. But it's all the same concept of just shifting the load on that that limb.
When we were kids, we hunted. They used to gray sheep. That's why all that brush is in there. So all the old timers, it's crazy. When I was a kid,
Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
we were using turkey back
I mean that point is bigger than the shaft. I mean, that's just looking at the vein lines. I mean, those are perfectly even.
Yeah.
All sides. I think that's gonna be pretty.
Like it.
It looks smooth. I mean, we're gonna shoot it out of the Hooter shooter just to make sure first for preparation.
It's hard to shoot this release.
It's not easy,
I've
but
been pulling on that trigger forever, and it's just never fired for years.
you just gotta really put your back into it.
Now what we're doing here is we're setting a third axis. That's what's precise about a Hooter shooter, is you can get that third axis set just perfectly, because no matter what anybody says, the risers do flex. So at full draw, and then we got our secondary Hamsky level here, so that's showing us where our bow's level. Oh yeah, she's off.
And this was actually something that back in the day nobody really did, right?
Well, you didn't, you'd always figure out, well, gosh, I shoot to the right. When I'm shooting downhill, I shoot to the left. When I'm shooting uphill, why? I'm leveling up, and sights didn't have hinges that
to where you could
this
go
hinge does this, so the level can come up or go down.
Right.
To where your first and second access is this way. So sights just didn't have that ability. Now all your upper end sights all have second and third accesses, first, second, third, some of them just second, third. So yeah, so that gives us the ability to make this bow shoot perfect. And between carbon bows and machine riser bows, it's just everything's different. All worlds are different. And we square off the string and we square off the riser for our first accents, and so we can get them all just set perfectly. And this is a good way to do it, because you're working in a controlled environment here, and you can really steady the bow. And it doesn't take a lot of adjustment. It's just really fine adjustment. And this is
It's small. It's tiny.
this is a
stuff,
horseshoe
right?
bracket. Yeah, this is a horseshoe bracket here. So kind of a push me pull you. So
Loosen one, tighten the other.
Loosen one just a little bit at a time, and tighten the other. Just like that.
Bullets.
Make sure that you're heeling into it. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, went to just 3 perfect flushes, textbook, equal, all equals. That's what you're after. You're after all equals. That way you get just perfect flight out of the nose of the bow.
Went with the HIGHLINE this year. This is a very smooth, very forgiving bow. It's got good brace height, long riser, with my draw length, feels really good. Zero hand shock, and probably one of the quietest bows I've had in quite a while. Shooting a 555 grain arrow. Be curious to shoot it through the chrono. See what we're cranking through it, but so far so good. First group 20 yards. Need to work on my endurance a little bit, but feeling good so far.
262.
It's interesting.
Okay, so we are finished. Wayne hooked me up, and Hamsky Resk, our own Signature Series Spot Hog sight, Born and Raised Outdoors. Check that out. You guys can get those on our website. Peep, D-loop, all tuned. He had to move the cam, just a little bushing in the cam a little bit. These are all things that I don't have a clue about. Everything's all dialed, and that's what's the cool thing about coming to a pro shop, is you give them a bare bow and they can set it up for you to where you're shooting bullet holes to where it's not going to be an issue when you get back home. You don't have all the stuff that they have here. So this is the HOYT RX Twin Turbo, and super smooth so far. I've only shot a couple dozen shots out of it so far, just to break the string in to where the peep comes around perfect for me. So anyway, I'll take it home, I'll shoot. I'm gonna probably shoot pretty much every day till season now. And but super smooth bow, awesome so far, and hopefully this year it gets in front of an elk. Hopefully I may or may not have an elk tag this year, so you're not gonna see me with the rifle this year. You're gonna see me with this exact bow, actually, and then I'll probably actually give it away after the year. So stay tuned, and I will give this to probably one of you, so along with the arrows that Noah's supposed to be making me, so whenever that happens.